Hey YouTube, went to the thrift store tonight, found a RC car, at least the body and the shell. I don't know if the motor works or not, but you can see it was $2.99. It's a Tyco 2004 model Nissan Silvia S15. They were still using crystals back then, apparently. I did, however, at the store, crack the battery compartment open. It still has the original 7.2 volt nickel battery in there, which I thought was kind of crazy, but I don't know if the battery's any good or not, but I thought that was kind of cool. But I started looking at this thing, and it's all-wheel drive, and from the reviews I read when it was made, it did have proportional steering and throttle. Doesn't mean we're not going to have to tear everything apart and change everything, but the other part that really attracted me to this, guys, is this surprised me a ton. It's got 12 millimeter hubs on it, so you can put a standard 10 scale tire on if you wanted. I guess it was made to drift back when they designed this model, but I figured for $3, what the heck, I'll put a freaking brushless motor ESC in this and bind it up to one of my transmitters and see what the heck it does. It's actually pretty heavy. It has no suspension, and I'm sure that's because, number one, it's toy grade. Number two, they just did it to where you just pretty much spun out. So, I mean, it's got some rough spots and whatever, but I mean, all in all, for $3 to me, it was worth buying. I think it's pretty cool. Then this is the other thing I found. This thing was $6.99. Made in 2007. It's called the Flytech Hornet. It's a Hornet RC aviation device. Now it is on not on infrared like they are nowadays, but it is on a crystal system too. The only thing that worries me is it does say somewhere on here about LiPo battery. Yeah, right there it says LiPo battery. From what I've seen, the device itself had never been taken out of the box, because you could tell because the tape had never been ripped off the back of the cardboard. You can always tell when that happens. But I worry that LiPo that was in there probably doesn't work anymore. And this wasn't available in hobby shops. It's made by Wowee, only at Target. But I found it at the thrift store. So there we go. Here's what it looks like. That's the transmitter. This is the flying device. Like I said, I'm worried that the battery's not going to charge, but it's typical aviation stuff. It's styrofoam. I don't know if it doesn't work. Maybe I can go in here and put another small 1-cell battery in. I'm sure that's what it ran off of, but it doesn't appear the thing had ever been flown. So mechanically it might work. I just don't know if the battery will or not, but I like doing goofy stuff like this. So we might see if the Wowee Hornet has got a little sting left in it. It even had the extra wings, however it flaps or whatever it does. It's kind of weird though the way it's designed. It's designed similar to an airplane, obviously, but it has a tail rotor like a heli. So I don't know how it's going to work, or even if it ever will work, but I'm going to give it a shot. See if I can get this sucker working again. And we're definitely going to do something with this too. Of course, guys, these are toys. It ain't going to be no crazy speed demon, but this thing has some heft to it. Get some rubber tires on here with all-wheel drive. Hey, for a toy car, I've got tons of extra parts. So, you know, as far as putting a brushless motor and ESC, I mean, I have a bunch of them in my storage compartments on my shelf, and you know, I just basically pay that, and I've already got the parts sitting there. So we'll see. I don't know if I have a servo, but we got to figure out what we can do with this first. But We'll see if I've got a servo to make this work too. If not, I'll try to pick one up cheap. But yeah, I thought these were cool. $3 for this little car, all-wheel drive. 12mm hubs on it already, so you can put 10 scale tires. Again, it does not have any suspension, but this is a tour car. But yeah, I might throw a brushless motor ESC and a receiver for one of my Fly Sky transmitters and see what this thing will do, and then hopefully we can get this sucker to maybe have its first maiden flight. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try though. All right, thanks guys. Have a good night.